in D.C. and talk about what is happening with aviation reform legislation also happening today. And so the families of the victims from the DCA crash are meeting this morning. Press conference taking place. Let's listen in here on Live Impact News.
That is the strongest first step we can take. So let me now introduce my good friend, the distinguished member of Congress from Loudoun County, Mr. Suhas Subramanian.
Thank you so much for being here. I just want to thank all the families of the victims for all their advocacy, and thank all the members who have been a part of the Rotor Act for all the great work that they have done. We've talked about the technical reasons why this is important, but I think there's also emotional reasons why. And a lot of people want to feel safe when they're flying. And a lot of people saw what happened last year, and they want to know that we're doing something about it, that we want to fix this problem. We want to move forward and make sure that it never happens again. And the Rotor Act is one really important way to do that. It's a way of moving forward and giving us a chance to correct a horrible, horrible mistake that happened. And so I want to thank the sponsors of this bill and all the leaders of this. I look forward to supporting the Rotor Act today. Thank you.
Thank you, Suhas. We're now very honored, too, to have Congressman Troy Nehls from Texas, who is a leader on the Aviation Subcommittee. Mr. Nehls.
Thank you, sir. It's an honor to be with you. I chair the Aviation Subcommittee on Transportation and Infrastructure. I spoke on the House floor last night about the Rotor Act. And I just want to be clear. Jennifer, it's good to see you. I just want to be clear. Everything is about safety. Safety has to be the priority. What took place over the Potomac last January, in my humble opinion, should have never happened. We can do better. The Rotor Act is a great start. Is it a perfect bill? If you expect a perfect bill, nothing up here is ever perfect. But it moves the football forward. It moves the football forward in relation to safety and more accountability. And I also believe more transparency. Jennifer Homendy, the chair of NTSB, put the 50 recommendations out there, and we need to listen. Congress needs to listen more from the experts on how we can improve safety. And I was the chairman of the committee for just a short time when that horrible crash took place. And within weeks, I have family members in my office. And I'll never forget the time the young man showed me a picture of his fiancée. And he said to me, "Will you be our champion?" Do you remember that? "Will you be our champion?" And I said, "Damn straight I'll be your champion." And so we have to agree to disagree at times. Again, the Rotor Act isn't perfect. I am supporting the Rotor Act. We must get it done. We do have other bipartisan legislation in the works that can even take safety further. But that doesn't mean that we should not act on the Rotor Act, and it has my complete and total support. And I want to thank the families for being here. Congress is going to do something good today to improve safety, specifically around the DCA, the Class B airspace. Very congested. We have to do this. We have to do it for the American people. And we certainly have to keep the families of this crash in our memories, in our minds, each and every day. So God bless you all.
Thank you, Troy, very much. Now move on to Rachel Ferris, who represents one of the families. Rachel.
Thank you so much. My name is Rachel Ferris. My cousin Peter got on American Eagle Flight 5342 with his wife Donna and their two daughters, Everly and Lydia. They are not here. I am. Peter and Donna should be at home with their girls, Chris and Asra and Melissa and Edward and Kia, and all of the other passengers should be with the people who love them. Jonathan and Sam should be here, and they should be flying planes. Rebecca, Andrew, and Ryan should be here and serving our country. Their lives were precious, and their deaths were 100% preventable. 67 people, gone in a moment, and here is what makes that unbearable. The ADS-BN technology that would have given both pilots the ability to see each other in the sky is not new. The NTSB has recommended it 17 times over the last 2 decades. It would have given the crew of the jet and the crew of the Blackhawk almost a full minute of warning. Time enough to move, time enough to live. The NTSB has issued 50 recommendations in relation to our crash. But if you asked any of us what single thing could have changed that night, what one variable, one moment where the outcome could have been different, it's pilots being able to see each other. There is no requirement for that technology today. The gap is still open right now while we are standing here. The skies over Burbank, over St. Louis, over Seattle, over every busy airport in this country. The risk that took our families is still there for yours. The gap, that is the gap we are here to close today with the Rotor Act. The people who are voting on this have families who fly. I want this technology there for them. I wish it had been there for mine. The Rotor Act passed the Senate unanimously. Every major aviation labor union, every major airline, the pilots, the flight attendants, the air traffic controllers, all are saying the same thing. Pass this bill. The NTSB says it would have prevented this crash. To the leaders in the House, pass Rotor. Pass it today. Come back and do the rest of the work to address the other risks and NTSB recommendations. We, the families, will be here for that too. But do not let the promise of something more or something perfect be the reason you do nothing now. We ask you to vote yes on Rotor, and let's get back to work together for every family that should never go through what ours did. Thank you.
Thank you, Rachel, very much. We'll now hear from my good friend, the distinguished member of Congress from Rhode Island, Mr. Gabe Umland.
Colleagues in Congress, thank you. Families, crew members, pilots, thank you for your tremendous strength and courage. It's not easy to come to Washington. It's not easy to ask your lawmakers to respond to your urgent needs, and it's certainly not easy to do that while you are balancing a tremendous amount of grief. These families have turned grief into advocacy. So in turn, Congress must deliver. You know, Spencer and Christine Lane were among the 67 lives lost in this preventable mid-air collision on January 29th, 2025. Doug Lane and so many of the families have channeled this unimaginable loss into tireless advocacy for safer skies. And the National Transportation Safety Board has warned since 2008 that collision avoidance technology like ADS-B is needed. Today is about honoring those families with action, not any more delay. The Rotor Act mandates enforceable, life-saving reforms. We must pass it today. This legislation will require technology to help avoid collisions, align military and civilian safety standards, strengthen coordination, and close gaps, and dangerous gaps at that, in our aviation system. And this bill has strong bipartisan support in a time when that is difficult. It has Republicans and Democrats coming together. The Senate unanimously passed it, and it's endorsed by aviation labor industry leaders, safety advocates, and most importantly, the victims' families. The choice is simple today: delay or deliver. And I think you hear with one voice that we collectively choose to deliver for the Lane family, for the 67 lives lost and their families, for everyone who steps onto a plane expecting safety. So my call to my colleagues is as clear as day. Pass the Rotor Act. Vote yes. And let's keep working to ensure that we have safe skies. I'm humbled to be here, but powered by the strength of the families that we have here and those who continue to push this institution to act. And we have to do that today. Thank you.
You've been listening to a live press conference out of D.C. with the families of the victims from the DCA crash legislation today, as families are pushing for more aviation reform when it comes to safety.